For more on how the Democratic Party is handling Biden's lackluster performance and where they go from here, let's welcome in Democratic strategist Jonathan Harris. Jonathan, thanks so much for being here. I would not want to be in your position today. I'm looking for your honest opinion on Biden's performance last night.
It was fine. It wasn't his best performance, but like President Obama said today in the tweet, he said everybody has a bad debate performance. He had a bad debate. I think Obama's first debate performance was awful. I was on earlier with former Rep. Peter King. He's anything but a liberal or a progressive, and he himself said countless presidents have had horrible debate performances. It's really and honestly, it really is not that serious. It was not that big of a deal. Was it Biden's best?
Wow.
Was it when he was doing the no malarkey, kind of that kind of performance? No, it wasn't. But at the same time, he wasn't lying constantly. I think the count for Donald Trump was over 30 lies he told in the debate last night. So I would rather have a president who stutters through telling the truth versus a president who smoothly delivers over 30 lies. I mean, let's just be real.
Jonathan, I'm not sure he can remember the truth, and I think that's what people are focused on, that he just doesn't seem like he has it anymore, mentally or physically. And I'm not sure if you heard my interview with David Gelman, but I told him, and I'll tell you, the New York Times is now calling on Biden to drop out to, quote, serve his country. The New York Times calling Biden's candidacy a reckless gamble, saying voters can see his infirmity with their own eyes. If he's going to do it, if he's going to drop out, it has to happen soon. Do you agree, or can you see why the New York Times is saying that?
It's such foolishness. It's absurd. Look, Donald Trump lost both debates to when he was just Joe Biden, then just former VP Joe Biden in 2020. And at no point did the Republicans ask for Donald Trump not to be their nominee. It happens. I think it's the first time we've ever seen it happen with Joe Biden. Joe Biden has been in politics possibly longer than I've been alive, and he's always been a stellar debate performer. So I think that was what was so maybe jarring for some people, is that they've never seen him have a bad debate performance. But I mean, Donald Trump was walking behind Hillary Clinton, screaming and yelling over people, to the point that with their second debate, he tried to get out of it. And then when he decided he was going to do it, they had to put several rules in place because Donald Trump acted like such a maniac in the first one. So you know what, Joe Biden gets to have a not great debate night. It's really not. I mean, the way you guys are talking about it, you make it sound like he like flipped over the podium and fell over the podium and passed out.
Hold on now. You guys,
some of his
when
answers.
you say you guys, Jonathan, sorry to interrupt, but when you say you guys, it's your guys. The Democrats are saying the same thing. And you talk about 2020, that was 4 years ago. Joe Biden's not the same guy. Everyone can see it.
And neither is Donald Trump.
Polled after the, well, he looked pretty sharp to me and to pretty much everybody else. The New York Post did a poll after the debate, and 80% said Biden should not run again. 80% of those polled said Biden should drop out. How does this campaign move forward with those numbers?
You know how it moves forward? Do you know how much money President Biden has raised in less than 24 hours? Over $40 million. Did you see the crowd in North Carolina today? It was the most enthusiastic crowd. It was the most enthusiastic crowd I've ever seen for President Biden. And President Biden himself was completely on fire, completely back to the way he's been normally. Look, I get it. I understand. You guys have been taking L's left and right on the Trump team. Him getting convicted, he was found liable for raping a woman by a jury last year. He became a convicted felon this year. I get it. You guys have been taking L's left and right. So you want to run with this one? That's fine. I get it. Take your victory lap if you want. But the truth of the matter is, any intelligent person does not think that a person won a debate who lied in the debate constantly. I mean, he said that the majority of Americans...
I think Biden lied too, Jonathan. Biden lied too. He said no troops were lost under his watch. There are at least 13 Gold Star families who lost troops in Afghanistan under Joe Biden's watch during that botched withdrawal that former President Trump mentioned several times last night. And it's not just the left or the right media. It's the left media too. CNN commentators say Joe Biden had a bad night. MSNBC said Joe Biden had a bad night. We know
I didn't say
he had a bad night, but not just a bad night. But he's also obviously slipping. When the New York Times says it's time for him to step down, that he had a fumbling performance and a panic party, and now it's time to find another candidate. The New York Times, MSNBC, Van Jones was on CNN saying we need another candidate. It's not too late. We still have time.
Well, doggone it, Van Jones said it. I mean, let's just end the discussion right there. No, look, let's be real here. I'm glad that newspaper publications don't vote. Okay, if you want to see what voters felt like, go look at his rally in North Carolina today. It was absolutely incredible. Number one. Number two, let's be clear. When I said that Donald Trump lied over 30 times last night and Joe Biden did not lie, he made a misstatement that was not true. That's a difference between lying. According to the Washington Post, since we're quoting publications, according to the Washington Post, as of 2021, Donald Trump has told over 30,573 lies. So I'm going to go ahead and say that when he was lying last night, it wasn't a misstatement. He didn't misunderstand. He was lying intentionally. So you don't win a debate by lying.
Okay.
So yeah, Biden
could
did not have a great night, but you don't get to say that Trump won the debate because he sat there and lied, and just the bar is so low for him that because he didn't scream and yell and stand behind Biden and act like a maniac that he won. I mean, let's pick the bar up off the floor,
Okay.
please.
Jonathan, great job. It's great to have you here. Enjoy your weekend.